and welcome to a very special episode of my, well, I don't know what series this is, but anyway, this is a very special episode where not me, but I have a guest who's going to show you how to set up the time sector system using Things 3. Now, as most of you know, my to-do list manager, my task manager of choice is Todoist, and I don't use Things 3. But the beauty of the time sector system is you can use it with almost any task manager notes app that you wish to use, whichever works for you best. So I'm very, very lucky that one of my viewers, a gentleman called Davis Knight, has put together this video showing you how you can set up the time sector system using Things 3. So Davis, thank you so much for putting together this video. Now Davis has a website that you can check out, and I would be so grateful if you do. I put the links to Davis's websites in the links. Now Davis specializes in helping people to prepare meals if you are suffering from diabetes, particularly type 2 diabetes. So if you are a diabetes sufferer, then check out Davis's stuff. There's a lot of really useful information in there. He has a podcast and he does all sorts of things related to the diet and diabetes too. So do please check that out. So I'm going to hand you over now to Davis, who's going to explain to you how to set up the time sector system using Things 3. So over to you, Davis.
Thank you so much, Carl, and I am incredibly honored and excited to be here to share some of the best strategies and tips for setting up the time sector system within Things 3. Let's jump into the software. Now, before I get into the specifics of how to set up and manage the system, I want to talk about some of the default views. The first thing is the inbox view. This view is where all of your tasks that you collect during the day will be housed. The next one is your Today view. This is where you'll see all of your tasks of the day, including your Focus 10, your This Week, your recurring areas of focus, and your routines. Next, we have the Upcoming view. And like the name implies, it's all of your tasks that have yet to be done that are scheduled for upcoming days. One thing to note here, as you can see, all of my tasks that are in the Upcoming view are only those that end up in the recurring areas of focus or the routines. Next, we have the Anytime view. This is where you can see all of your tasks that have yet to be completed, no matter where they are within the system or the database, and it's a really good high-level view of where to find your tasks. Then we have the Someday view. Now this is a demo account that I'm using today, so there's nothing in here, but this is a great place to house those tasks that you're really not quite sure where to put them. They're something that doesn't belong in the inbox because you know you want to do something with it, but you're just not sure where to put it yet. Next, the logbook, which, as the name implies, is a history of all the tasks that you've completed, either today or previously. It's a great place to house those tasks before they go into the trash or deleted altogether. Now let's talk about how to set up your time blocks. The first thing that you'll want to do is hover over to the bottom left of the screen and tap on New List. This will bring up two choices, New Area and New Project. Because we're using a software that's essentially based as a project management system, you're going to want to choose New Project, and you'll create all of your time blocks per the time sector system. The Focus 10, This Week, Next Week, This Month, Next Month, Long Term, Recurring Areas of Focus, and Routines. Now, I've done one thing with areas, though, that are really important. I've created areas for each of the major overarching areas of focus within the time sector system. The Focus 10, which houses my Focus 10 project or time block. Next up, which houses This Week, Next Week, This Month, Next Month, and Long Term. And then I have separated out my recurring areas of focus and my routines into their own areas. The reason why I do this is twofold. Number one, because the thought process for how I organize my routines, how I review my routines, is different than how I review my recurring areas of focus, anything I have coming up over the next couple of weeks or next couple of months, and they're certainly different than the Focus 10 or my purpose and objectives. But the second reason is probably the most important. If I click on This Week or any one of my time blocks, I can't see the total number of tasks within that week. The only way to do that is to click on the area that they're associated with. Then you'll see all of your totals within each individual time block listed. So this is critically important, particularly when it comes to weekly planning, because you can already see how many tasks are allocated to each individual time block so that you're not overscheduling yourself and you're not underscheduling yourself. So add your time blocks to a specific area. You don't have to be as refined as what I'm recommending here, but I would strongly recommend it simply because it allows you to focus even more so on each individual overarching area. Now let's quickly review how to add a task, where I spend most of my time, and how to manage your end of the day and weekly planning. Creating a new task couldn't be simpler. You simply want to hover over the plus sign here. Click on it, and a new task window will open up. You can also use Command N on the Macintosh. We're going to buy some bread, and there you go. Simple as that. So now let's quickly talk about end of the day and weekly planning. Both of these exercises are really similar. So let's pretend it's the end of the day. As you can see, I got all of my tasks done. It was a really good day. So the first thing I did was open up my inbox. Then I open up all of my areas so that all of my time blocks are displayed. Now I simply review where do these tasks need to go, and you can move them just by a simple drag and drop. So I have to mail cards tomorrow. That's a routine. I've got to go to the grocery store. That's also a routine. I got to buy Halloween candy. That's part of that task. So I'll move it into routines and I'll organize that later. I got to do some research on Udemy. I can do that this week. I got to buy milk. That's also a routine. I got to clean and organize the garage. That can wait till next week. And I also have some other tasks that I have to move. And I'm simply dragging and dropping these individual tasks into their areas. Now I want to look into this week because I'm planning tomorrow. And I need to make a decision of whether or not I can do this. Now there's two things that I do here. One, I move the appropriate tasks into the Focus 10. Those are the things that must get done. In my case, I've got to write that blog post. So I'll drag that here. I've got to watch Carl's video. That's a no-brainer. Put that in the Focus 10. I also have to update my banner art for my YouTube site. And I'll do this for the rest of these tasks. Now what I'll do is I'll go into my Focus 10. The Focus 10 list is where I spend the most of my time. I've added two important headers or dividers here, and adding dividers are really simple. You simply go down to the bottom and click on the icon, which is the plus and little arrow sign. This is your heading. Simply hitting that will give you a new heading, and you can type in whatever you want. And now you can categorize and divide your tasks. But now I can take all of my Focus 10 tasks for the day, identify the top two. Obviously, we got to watch Carl's video, and I've got to write that blog post. And then if I get both of those done, I can update my YouTube banner. Once you have your Focus 10 tasks organized, then you need to make sure that you add a date to them. And obviously, we want to schedule these for tomorrow. There's another way you can do this by also dragging it up to upcoming. A calendar will pop up and it'll automatically put down tomorrow's date. Now we have all of our tasks organized for the next day. Looking at the upcoming task list is my last ditch way of making sure that I have everything organized. Super easy. Your weekly planning would be the same way. So there you have it. A really quick walkthrough of how to use Carl's time sector system with Things 3. I hope you got a lot out of this. And once again, Carl, thank you so much for letting me lend my voice to the time sector system and how to use it with this software. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I can't thank you enough. Now, on behalf of Carl, it is up to me to simply wish you a very, very productive week.
Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work, because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around. getting your work done so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.